distraction just went quiet in the work. Fingers found the rhythm that the morning couldn't crack. Hours folded into minutes and there's no way looking back. Phone went face down silent and it stayed that way for good. Something in the middle of me finally understood. Nothing but the one thing, and the one thing's going well. Doors shut on the racket, and I broke out of the shell. World shrunk to the width of what's in front of me right now. Getting more done breathing than I ever knew somehow. Coffee going cold beside me, didn't even care. Pen was doing laps around a page and getting there. Lost the very notion of the lunch I meant to take. Best kind of forgetting is the kind I didn't fake. Nobody to answer and the noise all fell away. Slip beneath the surface where the good stuff wants to stay. Nothing but the one thing, and the one thing's going well. Doors shut on the racket, and I broke out of the shell. World shrunk to the width of what's in front of me right now. Getting more done breathing than I ever knew somehow. Can't explain the how of it, it doesn't come on call. But when it comes, I write it, and I don't come up at all. Nothing but the one thing, and the one thing's going well. Doors shut on the racket, and I broke out of the shell. World shrunk to the width of what's in front of me right now. Getting more done breathing than I ever knew somehow. Looked up in the afternoon had somehow come and gone. Deep in it for hours, and I'm on. Everybody's pinging at the shallow of the day. Little splashes, little bells, 100 kinds of spray. I just took a big breath and I let myself go down where the water is heavy and there isn't any sound. Surface has its gossip and its glitter and its foam. Down here it's just me and the one thing all alone. Under all the noise there is a room without a clock. Pressure of the quiet like a hand upon a lock. Only room for one thought and it's turning slow and clear. Everything that mattered up above just disappeared. Notifications drowning somewhere far above my head. Down here there's a problem and a thread I get to thread. No one's going to reach me for a good long careful while. Trading all the shallow for a fathom and a mile. Surface can keep foaming with its urgent little spume. I'll be at the bottom in the good and heavy room. Under all the noise there is a room without a clock. Pressure of the quiet like a hand upon down deep and got it as I planned. Started out with paddling in my arms against the pool, fighting every meter of a river running full. Then I quit the struggle and I pointed with the stream. Suddenly the current did the carrying for the team. No more the thrashing on my shoulder in the oar. River took the wheel and I'm not working like before. Everything downstream now and the banks go slipping by. Task after task like the water knows just why. Not against the pushing but exactly with the run. Half the work's the letting go, and then the thing is done. Rocks I used to snag on are just ripples now and past. Rhythm of the paddle finally matches up at last. Didn't force the morning, let the morning find its grade. Everything's arriving in the order that it's made. No more of the grinding, no more elbow in the tide. Found the way the water wants and settled for the ride. Everything downstream now and the banks go slipping by. Task after task like the water knows just why. Not against the pushing but exactly with the run. Half the work's the letting go, and then the thing is done. Can't make it by wanting, can't force it with a fist. It arrives when I stop clutching and unclench and just exist. Everything downstream now and the banks go slipping by. Task after task like the water knows just why. Not against the pushing but exactly with the run. Half the work's the letting go, and then the thing is done. Pulled up at the landing with the whole day's work behind. Floated through the doing, unconfined. Started out all static like a station just off true. Everything was fuzzy and I couldn't push it through. Turned the mistakes far behind. Turned it till it landed, clear, defined. Sharpener and turn the little crank. Curls of cedar spiraling and falling to the bank. Pulled it out and there it was, a point you wouldn't dull. Ready as a runner with a stadium that's full. Something in a fresh tip makes the blank page not so wide. Armed with the beginning that I'm eager to provide. First clean line goes gliding and it doesn't even skip. Whole idea comes easy from a newly whittled tip. Funny how a little bit of ready sets it free. Point against the paper is the start of what will be. Kept a row of extras standing sharp inside the cup. Little soldiers ready every time I use one up. Smell of the shavings is the smell of getting set. Never met a fresh one that I didn't like just yet. Something in the pointedness that says the thing can start. Cedar and graphite doing surgery on the dark. First clean line goes gliding and it doesn't even skip. Whole idea comes easy from a newly whittled tip. Funny how a little bit of ready sets it free. Point against the paper is the start of what will be. Dull ones make me hesitate and doodle in the tray. Give me one that's eager and I'll carve the livelong day. First clean line goes gliding and it doesn't even skip. Whole idea comes easy from a newly whittled tip. Funny how a little bit of ready sets it free. Point against the paper is the start of what will be. Crank it one more time and watch the ribbon fall away. Sharp enough to start it, come what may. Click the little button and a circle came alive. Everything outside it went to shadow, took a dive. Just the pad, the pen, the mug, and nothing else exists. Whole world narrowed kindly to the reach of both my wrists. Dark around the edges, but I don't need any more. Everything that matters fits inside the lit up floor. Pool of yellow gathering the work into a room. No door and no window, just the halo in the gloom. Everything important sitting square inside the ring. Small enough to finish and to focus is the thing. Rest of the apartment can be messy and asleep. In here there's a spotlight and a promise I can keep. Moths of my distraction bump the darkness and they leave. Circle of attention is a thing I get to weave. Shadows keep their secrets and I let them have the rest. Everything I'm here for is illuminated best. Pool of yellow gathering the work into a room. No door and no window, just the halo in the gloom. Everything important sitting square inside the ring. Small enough to finish and to focus is the thing. Turn it off and everything comes flooding back too loud. But inside the little glow, I'm nobody the crowd. The halo in the gloom. Everything important sitting square inside the ring, small enough to finish and to focus is the thing. One warm ring of nothing but the work and me, and pen lit the little circle, dug back in. Brain was doing juggling with a dozen slippery balls. Grabbed a pad of little squares and stuck them on the walls. One thought to a color and I pressed them in a row. Suddenly the chaos had a place it had to go. Out of my poor head and onto something I can see. Little paper parking lot for everything in me. Wall becomes a garden of the things I've got to do. Peel one when it's finished and the walls a little new. Ordered all the panic into squares of pink and lime, holding my whole scattered in a grid and buying time. Move them when the plan shifts, it's a shuffle and a dance. Every little square's a promise, given half a chance. Corner starts to curl and so I press it back in place. Whole day laid before me on a bright mosaic face. Nothing in my head now that I haven't been to view. Emptied out the rattle onto rows I can't undo. Oh, all becomes a garden of the things I've got to do. Peel one when it's finished and the walls a little new. Ordered all the panic into squares of pink and lime, holding my whole scatter in a grid and buying time. Best parts in the peeling when a square is done, it's big. Ball it up and toss it, 'cause I finally handled it. I've got to do. Peel one when it's finished and the walls a little new. Ordered all the panic into squares of pink and lime, holding my whole scatter in a grid and buying time. Walls a little emptier and half of it is gone. Pinned the whole day up there, one by one. Set a timer ticking and I swore off every ping. 60 little minutes and I gave them everything. No one's getting through to me. The door is shut and locked. Racing my own shadow with the fury on the clock. Blinders on and barreling, no glancing left or right. 60 solid nothings but the target in my sight. More than half a turn of the little hand and all the dolphin of a morning spent avoiding the wall. Push it like a sprinter who can see the finished tape. Everything had stalled on getting done and taking shape. happens quick. Turning of the little hand and all, the darling of a morning span, avoiding the wall. Push it like a sprinter who can see the finished tape. Everything I'd stalled on getting done and taking shape. Timer buzzes finished and my hands come off the wheel. Beat the hour senseless, and it's real. First push on the heavy wheel and nothing seemed to give. Lean my whole weight into it just to make the effort live. Grown to quarter turn and then a half and then a whole. Now it's spinning easy and it's spinning on its own. Hardest was the stand and start, the shoulder and the strain. Now it wants to keep on going and it's begging to remain. Round it goes and faster and I barely touch it now. Once the thing is rolling, it forgets the how and how. Effort at the front and buys it coasting at the back. Everything I shove to start is carrying the slack. Started, that's the uphill part. After that it's greased and it is running from the heart. Round it goes and faster and I barely touch it now. Once the thing is rolling, it forgets the how and how. Effort at the front and buys it coasting at the back. Everything I shove to start is carrying the slack. Trick is not to stop it once the spinning's really good. Feed it and it flies for you, the way you hoped it would. Round it goes and faster and I barely touch it now. Once the thing is rolling, it forgets the how and how. Effort at the front and buys it coasting at the back. Everything I shove to start is carrying the slack. Wheels a blur of going and I'm hardly in it now. Started heavy, coasting light somehow. Didn't make a ceremony, didn't need a big to-do. Sat right down and started cause the starting's overdue. No inspiration, no nonsense and no perfect time to wait. Just a right then, here we go and off before I'm late. Half the battle's just beginning without any fright. Skip the whole procrastinating, get the pen and a boot and go. Kettle's on, but honestly the tea can steep alone. Don't need a tidy desk and don't need everything just so. Grabbed the nearest corner of the thing and gave a pull. 10 minutes in and now the sails are getting full. Half the war is showing up before you talk yourself. part. Edges of the room went soft and blurry at the rim. Everything but the one thing getting distant, growing dim, narrowed like a spyglass to a circle straight ahead. Only what's in front of me is anything but dead. Guarding what I need. Everything unnecessary softened into weed. One thing in the center and it's all I'm going to see. Everything peripheral just faded courteously. Focused like a keyhole that the rest can't get inside. Nobody's denied. Widen it for people, that's the thing I'll do at 5. But the narrow's how the difficult and beautiful arrive. Just faded courteously. Focused like a keyhole that the rest can't get inside. Narrow is a superpower nobody's denied. Blinked and let the room come flooding back with all its noise. Narrowed down and finished it all poised. Started at 100 with the little numbers read. Every bold-faced somebody with something to be said. Archived and I answered and I filed and let go. Watched the numbers shrinking like a melting bank of snow. Down to single digits and my pulse begins to race. Almost at the bottom of the bottomless seeming space. Last one gets an answer and I click it out of view. Screen goes clean and empty and it's beautifully new. Nothing bold and weighted, nothing shouting to be read. Just a quiet meadow where the pile-up used to spread. Some I should have handled back a week or two ago. Guilt goes in the archive with the rest of them in tow. empty on the friends. Watch the whole unmanageable thing come to an end. Down to just the one now, and I'm savoring the last click. And there's a nothing where the mountain stood so vast. Last one gets an answer, and I click it out of view. Screen goes clean and empty, and it's beautifully new. Nothing bold and waiting, nothing shouting to be read. Just a quiet meadow where the pile-up used to spread. Won't survive till morning, they'll be back by 9:30. But right now it's a canvas, and the empty screen is mine. And I click it out of view. Screen goes clean and empty, and it's beautifully new. Nothing bold and waiting, nothing shouting to be read. Just a quiet meadow where the pile-up used to spread. Refresh and hold my breath, and there is nothing coming through. Cleared the whole horizon, made it new. Yellow as a taxi, and it's waiting on the desk. Blue lines running orderly, a promise and a test. Wrote the date up top the way my father used to do. First line on a legal pad, and now the day is new. Nothing quite as ready as a page that's ruled and clean. Best ideas come sideways to a margin painted green. Number one, and then a dash, and then the plan appears. Ink upon the yellow, turning fog to something clear. Oh, big, fake tomorrow, getting cut to bites I'll chew. List becomes a ladder, and I'm climbing rung on 2. Doodled in the corner while the second thought arrived. Third one, and the shape of the whole afternoon survived. Tore the top sheet off, and there's another just as gold. Endless honest acres for the plans I haven't told. Nothing quite as steadying as ruling out the sprawl. Yellow keeps me honest, and it fits it all. Number one, and then a dash, and then the plan appears. Ink upon the yellow, turning fog to something clear. Oh, big, fake tomorrow, getting cut to bites I'll chew. List becomes a ladder, and I'm climbing rung on 2. Fancy apps can't touch it, there's a magic in the ream. Is the engine of the scheme. Number one, and then a dash, and then the plan appears. Ink upon the yellow, turning fog to something clear. Oh, big, big tomorrow, getting cut to bites I'll chew. List becomes a ladder, and I'm climbing rung on 2. Bottom of the page, and every line has got a tick. Filled the yellow acre, quick as quick. my hands right through. Task was like a garden bed with everything to do. Didn't mind the mess of it, the tangle and the root. Grabbed the biggest knotted thing and gave the ground a boot. Fingernails of effort in the middle of the mess. Nothing gets accomplished from a careful, clean address. Both hands in the thick of it and turning up the earth. Every stubborn cloud of it is proving what it's worth. Deep into the difficult with dirt up to the wrist. Harvest never came to anybody's cleanest fist. Cleanest fist. Yeah, yeah. Halfway down and something that I dreaded came apart. Easier than fearing it once actually I start. Momentum's in the shoulders like the load. Turning over problems like a spade along a road. Grip beneath the fingernails, the honest kind of tired. Doing what I sat down for is the only thing required. Both hands in the thick of it and turning up the earth. Every stubborn clod of it is proving what it's worth. Deep into the difficult with dirt up to the wrist. Harvest never came to anybody's cleanest fist. Clean hands never planted and they never pulled a weed. Get them good and grubby and you get yourself a seed. Both hands in the thick of it and turning up the earth. Every stubborn clod of it is proving what it's worth. Deep into the difficult with dirt up to the wrist. Harvest never came to anybody's cleanest fist. Cleanest fist. Stood it up sore and filthy with the whole bed turning true. Dug in deep and did it. Dirt clean through. Didn't start out sprinting like the hare across the lawn. Set a pace I keep for hours and I calmly carried on. Not too fast to flame out and not too slow to stall. Metronome inside me keeping even through it all. Tortoise had it figured, it's the keeping on that wins. Same soft foot fall over and the finish line begins. One foot then the other at a pace I can maintain. Nothing flashy in it but it eats the whole terrain. Even is a secret that the frantic never learn. Sure and constant carries me past everyone in turn. Watch the sprinter shoot ahead and burn out on the hill. I just kept on rolling at my sensible and still. Didn't check the summit, kept my eyes upon my feet. Every even footfall made the far off thing complete. Rabbits take a nap because they blew it all at 9. I'll be moving quietly and crossing my own line. One foot then the other at a pace I can maintain. Nothing flashy in it but it eats the whole terrain. Even is a secret that the frantic never learn. Sure and constant carries me past everyone in turn. Not about the hurry, it's about the not quite stop. Keep a gentle pressure and you're suddenly on top. One foot then the other at a pace I can maintain. Nothing flashy in it but it eats the whole terrain. Even is There's a secret that the frantic never learn. Sure and constant carries me past everyone in turn. Same soft pace at sundown as I set it at the dawn. Kept it even, kept it on. Boulder of a project sitting stubborn in the room. Couldn't move the whole of it, it filled me up with gloom. So I took a little chisel and I tapped the corner off. Tiny piece of nothing, but the marbles start to slouch. Not the whole mountain, just a fleck and then a fleck. Little bits of granite piling up around my deck. Tapping, there's a fragment and the boulder slightly less. Never mind the bigness, mind the small and the address. Yesterday a mountain, now it's missing quite a bit. Statue somewhere in there and I'm tapping out to it. Didn't try to lift it, that's the trick I finally learned. Every flake I loosen is a fraction that I've earned. Pile of little pieces where a monster used to loom. Sculptures coming forward from the rubble in the room. Not the whole colossus, just a sliver and a shard. Turns out even giants come apart when you go hard. Tapping, there's a fragment and the boulder slightly less. Never mind the bigness, mind the small and the address. Yesterday a mountain, now it's missing quite a bit. Statue somewhere in there and I'm tapping out to it. Michelangelo said something like the man was always there. Just a lot of extra and you chip it off with care. Slightly less. Never mind the bigness, mind the small and the address. Yesterday a mountain, now it's missing quite a bit. Statue somewhere in there and I'm tapping out to it. Boulder's half a pebble and the shape has come to stay. Took the mountain down, a chip a day. Smoothest that I've been. Foot's already down and yet there's further it can go. Whole thing screaming forward in a lane I didn't know. Everything I'm passing is a task I left for dust. Found a hidden faster and I'm riding it on trust. Hours ago I struggled just to keep it off the shoulder. Now it's like a downhill and the engine's getting bolder. Don't you dare every word. Settled like a foundation, planted like a post. This is when the actual and difficult get most. Weight goes on the forearms and the head comes down to close. Now the real begins where all the dawdling froze. Phone is in a drawer now in a different room. In fact, chair won't let me leave until the promise is intact. Something serious clicked over in the middle of my chest. This is not the warm-up, this is finally the test. No more of the circling, no more of the delay. Elbows on the table where the difference gets made. Settled like a foundation, planted like a post. This is when the actual and difficult get most. Weight goes on the forearms and the head comes down to close. Now the real begins where all the dawdling froze. Everybody's got the getting ready down to art. Fewer of us manage just to settle in and start. Settled like a foundation, planted like a post. This is when the actual and difficult get most. Weight goes on the forearms and the head comes down to close. Now the real begins where all the dawdling froze. Hours later, forearms sore, the whole thing standing proud. Settled in and did it, head unbowed. Fiddled with it long enough, it's good and then it's done. Perfect is a horizon that you never get to run. Hovered on the button like it might just detonate. Then I pressed it anyway before it got too late. Could have polished forever, found a comma to revise. Better out and living than a perfect that just dies. Out the door and gone now, and it isn't mine to hold. Let it meet the weather, let it wander in the cold. Done is so much kinder than a flawless in a drawer. Send it to the world and I am not revising more. Every little tweak I made was smaller than the last. Point of diminishing returns when sailing quickly past. Closed my eyes and launched it like a boat without a rope. Watched it catch the current with a cargo full of hope. Could have held it hostage to a shine it'll never get. Out is how it helps somebody. Perfect never met. Out the door and gone now, and it isn't mine to hold. polished beats, a masterpiece on a rack. Shipped it out and breathing, moving on. Found the car with stickers saying phones are for the birds. Nobody's allowed to raise a single spoken word. Slid into a window seat and opened up my file, rolling countryside and quiet, stretching mile on mile. No one's gonna call me, it's forbidden by the rule. Silence like a policy, a strict and lovely tool. Nothing but the clicker rails and pages that I turn. Everybody's honoring the hush, and here I earn. Best place in the world to get the difficult undone. Borrowed all the stillness and I'm getting it begun. Somebody forgot and let a ringtone start to blare. Whole car turned to glare at them, a silent mighty stare. Back into the quiet and the wheels beneath the floor. Concentration's easy when the world agrees to ignore. No one's gonna reach me till the station up ahead. Miles of lovely nothing and the work inside my head. Nothing but the clicker rails and pages that I turn. Everybody's honoring the hush, and here I earn. Best place in the world to get the difficult undone. Borrowed all the stillness and I'm getting it begun. Wish the whole world had one, just a car where hush is law. Get more done in transit than a week behind a door. And pages that I turn. Everybody's honoring the hush, and here I earn. Best place in the world to get the difficult undone. Borrowed all the stillness and I'm getting it begun. Station's coming closer and the file is nearly through. Rode the quiet all the way and grew. Block of wood as big as all the things I hadn't done. Took a little knife to it and started one by one. Curl a shave and falling in the shape begins to hint. Nothing but a whittling and the softest kind of dent. Not a mighty hacking, just a patient little pear. Pile of little ribbons growing softly on the chair. Sliver and a sliver and the giant's getting slim. Something in the middle of it waiting to be trimmed. Never took a hatchet, only took a steady blade. Whole big block of nothing turning into what I made. strokes are how the difficult stays plain. Birds inside the branch somewhere, I'm freeing up its wing. One more careful curl of it and now it's nearly wing. Not about the muscle, it's the patience and the pair. Shavings on the floorboards and a shape emerging there. A sliver and the giant's getting slim. Something in the middle of it waiting to be trimmed. Never took a hatchet, only took a steady blade. A whole big block of nothing turning into what I made. Big things don't intimidate a knife that keeps its cool. Take a curl, then take another. That's the only rule. The giant's getting slim. Something in the middle of it waiting to be trimmed. Never took a hatchet, only took a steady blade. Whole big block of nothing turning into what I made. Brush the shavings off, and there's the little bird set free. Whittle down the mountain patiently. Traded in the marker for a needle of a pen. Point so fine it's almost like it isn't there again. Suddenly the details that were blurring came alive. Little careful strokes are how the delicate survive. Not about the sweeping, it's the accurate and small. Hairline of a difference is the difference in it all. Precision in the fingertips and everything gets clear. Tiny perfect movements that could only happen here. Broad strokes had their moment, but the finish was the fine. Every careful millimeter falling into line. Falling into line. Signature and serif in the corner of the eye. Things a fat or nib would blur, just quietly slide by. Nothing about power, it's about the softest touch. Getting all the little right that adds up into much. Not about the flourish, it's the exact and true. Whisper of a line is what the careful get to do. Precision in the fingertips and everything gets clear. Tiny perfect movements that could only happen here. Broad strokes had their moment, but the finish was the fine. Every careful millimeter falling into line. Anybody's got the big shapes, that's the easy art. Finish is 100 tiny rightnesses apart. And everything gets clear. Tiny perfect movements that could only happen here. Broad strokes had their moment, but the finish was the fine. Every careful millimeter falling into line. Cap the little pen, and there's the details sitting proud. Got the small things right and stood out from the crowd. Hung a little placard on the outside of the door. Flipped the phone to silent, laid it face down on the floor. Told the world politely it could reach me after 5. Built myself a fortress where the concentration's alive. Drawbridge up and cozy and the moat is nice and wide. Everything that wants me has to simply wait outside. Sign says I'm unreachable, and honestly I am. Nobody's alerting me, no urgent little program. Bubble of the quiet that I get to guard. I am. Nobody's alerting me, no urgent little program. Bubble of the quiet that I get to guard and keep. Everyone respects it or they're thrown into the deep. Take the placard down at 5 and let the flood come in. Guard it all the quiet, and I win. 2, 3, 4. Push the cuffs back past the elbow, fold it twice and tight. Something in the gesture says I'm ready for the fight. Not a word of pep talk, just the forearms in the air. Told my hands it's business now, and business is the affair. Little roll of fabric, and it's somehow like a vow. Nothing left to stall on, 'cause the doing's happening now. Bare arms mean I mean it, and there's no more standing by. Something in the folding makes the hesitation die. Ready like a baker with the dough about to rise. Roll them up and dove right in without a compromise. Grandpa rolled his sleeves the same before he fixed a thing. Fixins in the gesture and the readiness they bring. Not a magic trick, but it's a switch inside my head. Cuffs go up and suddenly the dawdling is dead. Little fold of readiness that no one else can see. Arms out of the way now, and the work is up to me. Bare arms mean I mean it, and there's no more standing by. Something in the folding makes the hesitation die. Ready like a baker with the dough about to rise. Roll them up and dove right in without a compromise. Half of getting started is just looking like you will. Roll them to the elbow, and the rest comes with a Bare arms mean I mean it, and there's no more standing by. Something in the folding makes the hesitation die. Ready like a baker with the dough about to rise. Roll them up and dove right in without a compromise. Forearms bare and busy, and the whole thing coming true. Roll them up and meant it, saw it through. Last little box got a check mark, and the day was finally through. Sign my name at the bottom like my grandfather would do. Close the laptop gently with a click that felt like gold. Whole thing done and dusted, and there's nothing left to hold. Not a thread still hanging, not a promise left ajar. Everything I sat for is exactly what they are. Pen goes in the drawer now, and the desk is squared away. Nothing's carrying over into somebody someday. Earn the kind of empty that a full day leaves behind. Work is properly finished, and the finish is a kind. Tidied up slate is settled and there's nothing pulling back. Desk is squared away, nothing's carrying over into somebody someday. Earn the kind of empty that a full day leaves behind. Work is properly finished and the finish is a kind. Lights off in the office and the hallways call